Hello, hello, hello! Welcome back, you guys. It's season part 2. Miz Stefani's house live. We've got great shows lined up for you this season. Made lots of changes. One of the things you might recognize is that my accent now is super solid. That's right. We took off some time this summer and I spent 9 glorious weeks over in the UK where I got to perfect my accent, as you can clearly hear. Do I sound like Russell Brand, anyone? Just kidding. But we went over there, we did some performing and some writing, we went to weddings and Hindus, we went to some music festivals and attended some music festivals. It was a great time. But sadly, something tragic happened. I got followed back to the United States. So it was kind of scary at first, but then I realized that Banksy just wanted to come here to do some art. So we've got him running around Manhattan, Brooklyn, yo. He is really upping the status quo of graffiti art around the city, and we are very happy to have him. But we also have a great show opening up for season 2 today. We've got IRENE KETIKIDI. Hello.
Hello.
And Daniel Chavis is here too. So sit back, relax, and let us take you away. So let me give you a proper introduction to our madam behind me with a guitar. I first met this fierce shredder when I was at a show in the city from a good friend of mine who's also a mutual friend of ours, I should say. And then right away, I looked at her and I was like, oh, I miss my pink hair. But that's okay, it looks awesome on you. And she also has perfect eyebrows, but I'm not jealous, really I'm not. She is a member of the cast, the all-female cast, currently, of Julius Caesar. Fantastic show playing at St. Anne's Warehouse down in Dumbo, currently. So I suggest that everybody go check it out. This is a phenomenal show. I'm going to turn my accent off now because I know I'm going to forget. But let me not stop there. Her solo album, Martial Arts and Magic Tricks, was released earlier this year. Let me hold that up. And it features guest performances by some of the top players in music by Dave Kilminster, Roger Waters, anybody recognize that guy? Phil Hillbaum, Brian May, Justin Sanderco, Katie Malua. She is a chameleon, bouncing between genres and having toured extensively, playing everything from rock to hip-hop, pop and electronic to country. When she is not shredding, she can also be found as a contributing writer for an online tutorial website and has been a guest instructor and course writer for the International Guitar Foundation in London, as well as providing tutorials for private students. After performing for Steve Vai in his 2010 Guitar Nation Masterclass, he praised her chops and melodic playing. So we are beyond thrilled to have her playing here today some songs off of her album. So, without further ado, please put your hands together for IRENE KETIKIDI. Okay, Irene, thank you so much. That was a totally fierce set. You're
Oh,
amazing.
thank you.
It's like, honestly, this is gonna sound really kind of crazy, but like, you look up and it's a woman playing that. And I really don't know many women that play like that.
Yeah, there's only a few of us.
No, seriously. In Brooklyn, all over the world. So, originally, you hail from Greece.
Yeah, I do.
So, growing up there, how did you get into, rock and roll, or...
Yeah, it's kind of strange, really, because the only tape my dad... I mean, we didn't have much foreign music in the house. There was like 3 tapes, cassettes, and one of them was Pink Floyd, The Wall, another one was Boney M, and the other one was something like Bee Gees, or... Yeah, so I was listening to some of that, and I was actually dancing to it rather than, well, not the Wall, obviously, but I was actually dancing to the rest of that. I was enjoying it, and I wasn't really playing an instrument until maybe 12 years. No, not 12. Sorry, I was 9. Yeah, we had like a teacher at school, and she just bought us one of those melodicas. I don't know if you know them. It's like a little keyboard that you blow into
it and you play the...
Yeah. So this was quite a novelty for Greece because we don't really get instruments at schools. Yeah. It's very different.
Really?
Yeah. We don't have music departments and stuff. It's really rare. Maybe if you go to actual music
school. That's kind of unbelievable because I feel like Europe as a whole is so encouraging of the arts, whereas like in the US they're cutting arts and everything. It's like, why can't they cut science and math, right? Why do they have to cut...
I don't know, because it makes money, I guess.
True.
But, yeah, you'd think that, but, yeah, in the educational field, we're a little bit left behind. But in any case, we started, like, learning a few songs and notes, and I found myself, like, practicing at home and just working things out by ear, really. So that was a good, I just discovered that my ear was working really well, actually. So my dad, he said, do you want to do piano lessons since you're really good at that? I was like, no, I don't want to do piano lessons. And then after a few years, you watch MTV and all the rock bands and everything. And I suddenly said, you know what, I want to learn to play the guitar because it sounds cool and it looks cool and everything is amazing. And then everyone, like my parents went, you have to learn the acoustic first. I was like, no, I don't want to do any of that. I was 14 at the time, so I was thinking, oh no, there's no time for that. I need to do the electric. So I started lessons, really. It was just different bands. It was Red Hot Chili Peppers, it was the Oasis. It was Kanka Nancy. Who else was The Prodigy. This is not really guitaristic music, but it's just the first bands that I actually listened to and really thought, I'd like to be a guitarist and be part of a band. So maybe it's not as rock and roll a story, but that's how it started.
No, but that is, though. I mean, just, discovering that you kind of move towards music through the melodica, that's very unusual.
That is actually, you're right, actually. That is the odd thing of the story.
Because you don't really see melodicas, like, anywhere, pretty much. I mean, I've seen actually a couple bands that I've seen lately, they'll break it out because it's an unusual instrument.
Yeah.
And they want to, like, add it into their set because they're like, oh, let's play this, or, so that's, that's definitely a different instrument to have.
Yeah, but we were kids back then. What would she take us? Like an upright piano. She got this because it was small.
Of course.
She got it for the whole class. Yeah, so it was funny.
I hope they used alcohol on that thing. Just
kidding.
Oh,
no, it was disgusting though. It was full of...
It's a lot of... Yeah, we won't talk about that.
Yeah, no. I still have it though.
So are there some players now? Now, I know that Steve Vai has praised your playing, which is amazing.
It is amazing. I'm really pleased because
I mean, that's a pretty huge endorsement. That is.
You're right. I mean, I played at his masterclass in London, and I performed Rambler, which is one of my album tunes. Not one that I play today, but it's probably the most popular I've had so far. That's which is why I chose to play 3 different ones. But I performed that I was like literally next to him, maybe 3 meters away. So he gave me really good feedback.
That's amazing.
He really liked it. And I just played with a backing track. I didn't even have a whole band, so just there by myself.
But that's where the attention can like solely be focused on what you're doing and the technique that you're doing. Yeah. So it's like, you kind of don't need... I know as a performer too, like I hate having to use backing tracks, but sometimes you're in a situation where I was like in England over the summer, somebody said, can you open for this band?
Yeah.
And I wasn't going to say it. I wasn't going to say no. So I said, thank God I had the backing tracks.
Exactly.
It's just another tool.
It's easy. It's easy and quick and, rather than not doing it.
Yeah, I want to, so here, this is her CD. martial arts and magic tricks. I want to take a moment. Can you just tell everybody where it's available, where they can get it?
It is available from my website in physical form, so in this lovely CD package with artwork that is inspired by me. And there's some interesting kind of jokey stuff in the leaflet inside.
It's part of the tricks.
Well, in the booklet, yeah, it's part of the trick. Because all that title and everything, all the concept is just basically all my memories, let's say, and experiences when I was young.
At first, I thought she was going to karate chop me or something.
No, I wish I could. I would love to. Not you.
I was like, what did I say?
You know, I would love to be able to, but no. But I loved watching that stuff.
Awesome. Just really quickly, I want I will spell it out. So it's www.IRENEKETIKIDI.com. And that's IRENEKETIKIDI.com. So you can go to her, so you can go to her website and find.
Or you can go on iTunes, Amazon Music, it's everywhere.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
great.
It's everywhere there. Or Spotify if you want to check it out before you buy it.
Oh,
you know
Spotify.
what I mean?
There you go.
Yeah.
Nice. So while we have our artists here, we like to really get into like what makes them tick. So this is the part you should be very scared about. 11. Can you recall any excuse me, I just can't read. Can you recall any specific times when you thought you were giving up?
Giving up for good.
I mean, as an artist, I can honestly say that there are those times where I'm like, why am I even doing this? I'm not getting anywhere. I'm not getting as far as I want to. It would be much easier to throw in the towel than... Can you recall a time that, like,
I think actually maybe... I don't think I've ever said I'm going to give up for good.
Right.
Because it's something that I can't just say to myself.
Sure.
But there have been times when I said what you say, is this really working or am I doing the wrong thing? And I think that was before I finished this album, maybe that was 1.5 years ago. And I was just like getting stressed out and thinking, is this the right thing to do? Is this the right music to be playing in this period of time? Because it's quite 80s influence and I don't know if this is mainstream now.
But that was a classic time for like really like big guitar sound.
But you see, a lot of new guitars, they don't get as noticed as they would, just because instrumental music is kind of not frowned upon. But I guess it's not as popular.
Right.
But then when after all this work, and because the songs are mine, and I just wrote them out of pure inspiration, I just thought, you know what, this is what I am. I have to just like keep following it, and if it's not that popular these days, I'll just have to go with the audience that there is, because there is still an audience, but it's not as big as it used to be, because obviously my influences are quite Joe Satriani and Eddie Van Halen. All these people are a bit old now, but
they were groundbreaker, like they were like the ones paving the way.
Exactly.
For
well,
people
that's
like
how
Kenny
I
Wayne
feel.
Shepherd and stuff like that.
That's how I feel, but lately the style has changed to a little bit of, like you said, bluesy. Say it's going to be people like John Mayer or Joe Bonamassa, which I think are great. I really adore their playing. But you wouldn't see a lot of new instrumental players coming up, especially rock. And shred has become a very misunderstood term, which is why in this record I didn't really write it just for the shred of it. I just put melodies in and everything like Satch would do.
It's very melodic. The record is super melodic for instrumental.
No, I agree with you. That's one of the reasons that kept me going. I thought, I'm not just doing it for the hell of it. These are my melodies. These are my almost vocal melodies, let's say. So I'll just keep believing in it.
The guitar is your voice.
And things have changed since, But like give up. I don't think I've done that. Although, there's times that you get disappointed.
It is. It's hard. I mean, artists is like, you're breaking your heart daily.
Oh, yeah.
Because we have so many ups and downs. It's like something's going really great. You think this is it. And it goes nowhere.
That's the same for everyone, Have good things happening, you get excited. Then things are not happening, you're like, ooh. It's a circle. It is a circle, exactly. But it makes you appreciate certain things, too. Because you're like... You have to be tough, basically. I think I'm quite tough. That is very true. You've got to be tough and thick-skinned. Pick another number. Not 11. 4. Were there any books that inspired you? Or individual people that inspired you? I think we kind of... There is one book. I don't know if it inspired me such as to just write straight away a song, but this is one book that I read and kind of felt it through my bones, sort of thing. It's called Never Let Me Go, I think, by... I'm not sure I can pronounce his name correctly. It's Kazuo Ishiguro. He's like Japanese, I think. and it's just a brilliant book. It's about it's a story that's not true, obviously, but it deals with a future generation of people that would be created just to provide their vital organs for the people to live. So it's like a new society. It's very much ahead of
time.
Yeah, and I really loved this book. I felt so. It just made me think of so many different things, and I think it's definitely passed on to some of my writing, but I can't say I really wrote a song for that. But it just creates different emotions that were not there.
That, of course.
And people
opened up a door.
People, I don't know. I mean, there wouldn't be only one. There's people you meet in life that you'd think, there's a few people, not necessarily musicians, that you meet and they just affect you a certain way.
Sure.
I mean, even all the actors from the Julius Caesar play, they've been inspiring. It's a totally different thing to be doing. I mean, for me, I've never done acting.
Yeah, I was going to say, what is it like for you as a musician to now be doing Shakespeare? Which, by the way, Julius Caesar, first of all, I wouldn't say I was the biggest Shakespeare fan, but that production, okay, when you've got, like, guitar and drums, like, that is completely, like, I'm pretty sure that's pretty much how William Shakespeare imagined it.
It's off the wall. I think he did.
Yes, I'm sure he did.
But he didn't dare say it.
It was amazing. It's like you come out, I'm like, I said to Militia, I said, there's a drum set over there. I was like, how does that fit into this? But that is amazing. So how is it, though, as you're a musician, like now you're on the acting side? I mean, you do get to play in the show.
It was strange in the beginning because I thought I was going to do like a couple of lines and that was it. But as you have seen, most of the time we're on stage doing things or saying things or moving things. I have to admit, it was weird for the first rehearsal because this show happened a year ago in London, so we were running for 4 months there.
Yeah.
So the first rehearsals were like, what am I doing in this space with all the actors just running about and exploring the space? What does even that mean? What does that even mean, exploring the space? So there were things that I couldn't realize or think that I would be able to do.
Sure.
But which I had to because I was part of a team. So you end up opening up. I that's what I found, that I opened up my feelings more because I didn't have an instrument on me to think about the technical. So I had to start feeling things, and it was very interesting.
Did it help?
It did.
You're playing and stuff?
It did, because it gets things running in your stomach. I don't know how to describe it. There's some feelings that are
like butterflies almost?
Maybe, yeah. So, which I wouldn't think that would happen from not playing guitar or something.
Sure.
So it just helps. It just creates a different.
Or you can always approach your playing from a different perspective, right?
Yeah,
now because you've been on the other side of
You can learn to use. I think you can learn to use more of yourself rather than the instrument, which I'm always working at. And everyone is always, especially for this style, which is so technical. So you have to focus so much on getting the actual notes, and then how much of your soul are you giving out? I'm sure I can give more, but it's work in progress. I think the actors have really helped with that.
Yeah,
that really inspired me. Yeah.
One thing I wanted to ask you, so you are from Greece, but you now live in London.
Yeah.
How do you find the music scene there?
Oh, it's great. I mean, I've met so many musicians that I wouldn't have dreamed of because in Greece, we don't have a huge modern music scene. It's mostly, it might be folk or like Greek pop type of stuff, which wouldn't really be focused on the guitar.
Sure.
So if you want to learn a lot of different styles, the place to be really is London. Like all the bands, all the rock bands, they came from there. And I actually studied in London as well. They've got really good places to study and learn from other professionals. But I think they've got some really good bands coming up. Like, I mean, especially, well, everyone knows Muse and Coldplay and all that. But I mean, I'm really obsessed with Biffy Clyro lately.
I love Biffy Clyro, yeah.
Are they're Scottish? I think they're Scottish. They're not.
Yeah.
Like.
They opened for Muse actually just a few months ago. I saw them.
I think they're amazing. Like, there's some good new bands coming out. And there's a huge metal scene, of course.
Yeah.
And I think it's really inspiring. The venues, everything. There's a history, even in the city. You can feel the vibes of the music.
Absolutely.
And
I mean, you're preaching to the choir here because I adore it there. So, all right, I've got one more question. So these are my own personal questions.
Oh, I love those.
So, pick a number 1 through 9.
7.
If you could be a sound, what would it be?
I'll be this sound here that I was just doing before, the whammy sound. Because it
The
goes.
wah-wah? You'd be a wah-wah sound?
Because I imagine myself as a cat. If I was an animal, I'd be a cat, I think.
Oh, that's a good question. I should
So
add that.
I would have to wail like that,
That's
I
awesome.
guess. When I'm hungry, which I usually am. I'm usually hungry.
Well, we've got raspberry muffins and pumpkin bread
There
right
you
out
go.
there.
I mean, that's
Listen
why I
to
mentioned it.
That's right. She was hitting that wah-wah really hard. Thank you, Irene.
Thank
Everybody,
Cheers.
go see Julius Caesar. you back the ethereal preacher, Mr. Daniel Chavis. Welcome back, son.
Why does my love run so cold? Won't you tie my hands and feet? Sometimes I just wanna let go. Won't you tie me up and see? You come to me in stilettos. The sun is a star, very far away. I promise you a Paris ghetto to go along with the dreams in mind. I wanna do what you want me to, with your whipping chain right by my side, turn my skin black and blue. When you spank my bottom, it makes me high. I'm just a plaything for your mind. Conscience lives on a higher plane. Yes, I love you a long time. This is driving me insane. You come to me in stilettos. The sun is a star very far away. Promise you Paris girl to go along with the dreams in mind. You come to me in stilettos, yeah, yes you do. The sun's a star from very far away. Yes, I know. Promise you a Paris girl for sure to go along with the dreams in your mind. I promise you, go along with the dreams in your mind. Promise you, go along with the dreams in your mind. Promise you. So you say that you don't want to be my lover. And you say that you don't love me. All your boys don't like girls, they won't fuck each other. But you won't take the time to get down on your knees for me. You stupid girl, you play the part. Well, this boy likes girls break my heart. Won't you please take the time to get to know me? Put aside all my simple selfish needs. All those girls don't like boys, they won't fuck each other. But you won't take the time to give me what I need. You stupid girl, you play the part, but this boy likes girls. You break my heart. You stupid girl, you play the part. This boy likes girls. You break my heart. My heart. My heart. My heart.
Ow! I love
I
it.
love that.
Confessions of a fag, hey?
Kill me again, my pleasure toy. It makes no difference who you are. I've seen your faces of your future. The way we laughed, the way we used to. Kill me once again. If the fire's too hot, stay out of the kitchen. Circumstances are by far. I know you know the she's always, yeah. This whole damn thing has gone too far. Kill me once again, yeah. On for your dreams. I long to hold you well so far away. It isn't as it seems. I long to hold you oh so far. Kill me again, my pleasure toy. Another night will do just fine. The situation is my fault to feel the pain again. Kill me once again. It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter, yeah. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I cling to you so far away. I cling to you so far away.
Daniel, awesome set. I really like your new stuff. Special Place in Hell. I can't wait for it to come out. So I've got a lot of questions for you. So you are involved in many different projects. How do you keep them straight? Like, do you ever get to a gig and you start like playing the wrong song? Like, how do you keep them straight?
Well, usually if we have a gig, you really can't hear me anyway because we're so loud. So it doesn't matter.
Actually, I didn't even know you were in these other bands because every time I went, I only saw your brother. I'm just kidding.
Who?
Actually, you've been in the game for a while, so you know you've got longevity behind you, which is in this game.
I got crazy game.
It's a positive thing.
Yeah, it is.
What keeps you motivated?
Champagne.
Anything else? Manischewitz, no.
Yeah. The fact that there's so much other shit out there that's kind of like that sucks. So once you see that, you go, wow, well they're getting away with it. Why can't I get away with it? So that's basically it.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, I think the big thing about any kind of musician and artist is like you just cannot be afraid to blaze your own trail and stick to that.
Because once you give up, someone else will do it. You'll be like, damn, I should have stuck it out.
I should have just stuck it out. That's happened to me many times.
Yeah, but what are you going to do?
Just keep going, I suppose. So we've got a bunch of questions here to really delve deep into who you are. Please pick a number 1 through 18.
5.
Do you have someone that you consider a mentor, and how did you meet them?
Not really. Maybe Robin Guthrie, but he's kind of a mentor that when you're down he'll kick you. So yeah, I guess him.
But sometimes people need that too.
Yeah, but he laughs about it for weeks and weeks.
Oh, well then that's not a good.
4.
Were there any books that inspired you or any individuals?
There was a book called The Doors of Perception.
That's what The Doors. They named their band after that book.
Hey, that one?
Yeah.
And one by a guy named Jung.
Charles Young?
Yeah. And I just recently saw a movie about his relationship with Freud.
Oh, that's interesting.
A Dangerous Method was called.
Oh, okay.
It was amazing.
Take you to another realm.
Yeah, it was really good, yeah.
Well, okay, so you're from Raleigh, North Carolina. When you were coming up, what were some of your influences growing up there?
We really didn't have a choice, but it was just gospel music and blues. My grandfather was an avid blues fan. You know, this kind of thing you sit around the house, you hear it, you don't really pay it any attention, but it's always there. So you grow up having it kind of ingrained in your brain, and then when you get older and you come to places like this, like, oh, you like that? I'm like, well, yeah. It's just like hearing like if you're in a different household from a different background, you hear like maybe I don't know, some sort of traditional music. You'd be like, well, whatever.
Right, it's just there.
Yeah, it's just there.
So, who picked up an instrument first, you or your brother?
My brother.
So was he kind of like what inspired you to maybe pick up a guitar? Was the guitar your first instrument?
No. Danny had a guitar. He bought. I don't know why he had it, but I remember he used to keep it under
maybe
the bed.
Maybe he thought it was a piece of chicken.
Well, yeah, he probably did. Yeah, because he's very fun.
Same shape.
Danny had a guitar, and he kept it under his bed. I don't remember why, but I knew it was. He had a guitar, because we were into drum. Because everything we have now is underneath one umbrella. It's called Butterfly Soup, and 5 BC.
5 BC,
yeah.
the label, the belts label.
Butterfly Soup is a ripoff of like 23 Envelope for AD, so we did that. And Danny had a guitar, and we were in church, and you know, we got drafted into playing like church music, and I think the drums was kind of mine, and I had a bass. My first instrument was probably bass.
Nice. That was my first instrument.
And our first group was called
Upright.
You were upright bass?
No, I'm sorry. My first instrument was a cello. That was the first instrument I learned how to play.
That's so sexy.
And but then when I got older, I was gifted right before I moved to New York City.
From where?
My friend bought me a bass and gave me this amp. He said, "Go to New York City, have fun, learn the bass," because he was a bass player. I always connect with the rhythm section really well.
Of course.
Of course. All right, pick a number 1 through 9.
What is this, a lottery or something?
Yes.
8.
If you were in a reality TV show, what would it be called?
Keep your day job. Keep your fucking day job. How about that?
Nice. Don't ever give it up.
Yeah.
So Daniel is getting ready to leave. He'll be playing.
Hopefully.
No, you're leaving. We'll make sure you go. He's got some dates in the UK, Belgium.
No. My friend Damali lives in Denmark. We talked about it before.
Wait, so you're UK, Denmark,
and France.
And France. His EP, a
Cross your
special.
fingers.
Yeah, cross your fingers. We're getting him out of here. Trust me, he's going. His EP, A Special Place in Hell.
Oh, MySpace.
Is available on MySpace. You can find him Daniel Chavis, DANIEL CHAVIS. Period. No more. A Special Place in Hell. And you can also find more of his music under The Veldt, The Pre-Raphaelites, and Apollo Heights. So thank you so much. We wish you the best of luck, and we hope you come back after your tour. Woo!
Yeah, I want some more champagne and Manischewitz.
Brisket and Manischewitz coming right up.
Oi.
We just found out a few moments ago that Lou Reed has passed, sadly. So we would like to dedicate this song to him.